Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the While We Walk podcast, where I discuss my thoughts for the day. Right now it's April 23rd, 2024. It's a Tuesday. Right now it's 12:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the sun is definitely shining today for sure, just like yesterday. And right now I'm wearing a regular white t-shirt. I just took off my hoodie after walking for like around 12 minutes. And yes, so I did end up doing calisthenics for about 90 minutes or so. I think that's a good time frame to stick to, that up to 2 hours. And on top of that, I did the routine, essentially what I said I was going to do yesterday, which I made up on the top of my mind while walking. So not only is walking good for your health in terms of losing weight as well, it's also good for your mind, because I wouldn't have came up with that on the fly if I was sitting down in place. So kudos for walking indeed. In terms of my weight loss, I'm basically at, let me actually look at Fitbit right now. So looking at Fitbit, I am going to look at, it's 186.6. So that was the way I was on Wednesday of last week. So we are definitely making progress. And yeah, I'm really liking my progress thus far. It's absolutely amazing in terms of the progress here. As a matter of fact, I'd say I've been gaining muscle too. I know for a fact, because I've been doing much more calisthenic work. So some of my gains may be due to muscles. So I'm going to continue on with this calisthenics journey and taking the 2 days off. I'm going to give that a shot. And yeah, basically I like the way it looks. As a matter of fact, this is the look that I want year round. So this is the heaviest I want to be, or the body fat percentage I want to be at my heaviest from this point on, as a matter of fact. But I'm going deeper, even though I look good. It's because I wanna make it a goal to actually reach that 10%. As I was looking at a YouTube video showing how different body fat percentages look if you look at your bodies, and I'm definitely around 15-16% for sure. And I like that percentage of how my body looks. But now it's time to go really deep and hit that 10% mark. Oh, I'm gonna be loving it, man. Gonna be absolutely loving it. I was looking at a lot of videos too. I was also looking at videos on like specifically nutrition, the protein, how crucial protein is. And yeah, so keep in mind, this is the most protein I've ever eaten in a row for quite some time, and pretty much the rest of my life going forward, I'm going to keep at this protein level at around 200. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for another 2-hour walk today. Oh yeah, I did end up doing a laundry instead of I was gonna do it tomorrow, but I ended up doing today because I had some time this morning. So I ended up doing some laundry, and yeah, I just need to clean some of my clothes. I didn't do laundry for like a couple of weeks, and I had a whole bunch of laundry piling up. So finally did my laundry, and yeah, I'm pretty much set for the week in terms of everything else. Yeah, so I'm going to stick with the same routine I did today, because I noticed my my shoulders are not hurting as much as they did when I first started training for them initially. So my area in the back of my shoulders is actually not sore at all. So I'm going to keep on training them. I'm going to keep on training it until Friday, or until I don't feel any pain or any kind of discomfort. So I'm going to do the same thing, and yeah, I'm going to continue on with that. Instead of toes to bars, I'm going to do just regular leg raises. I'm going to alternate between them two. So I'm going to do leg raises in place of toes to bar, because I want to directly feel it in the abs. So yeah, But oh yeah, while I was listening to that same dude that was talking about protein, he's like a protein researcher. He started off his career first studying fats, then carbohydrates, and finally he ended up studying proteins. And he had a lot of interesting discoveries. He basically, you want to train if you want to maintain your muscle mass. He had a lot of experiments proving that training is, and it doesn't matter where you start. You could never train in your life and start training at 80 years old, and you will see dramatic improvements. Obviously, the earlier you start, the better, but it doesn't matter when you start. He just proved to show that it doesn't matter when you start, because he did a lot of experiments and research on, you know how when you wear a cast and you don't use your arm, you basically lose muscle mass, right? So he did those experiments to younger adults, young healthy adults as an experiment, and it just goes to show you that being active is absolutely mandatory if you want to maintain muscle mass. So yeah, and I'm really thankful that I was doing calisthenics every single day, even if it was just one set for less than 5 minutes doing those exercises, because it essentially built the habit of me doing them every day. I will, no matter what, do some kind of physical activity on a daily basis, no matter what. But like in terms of calisthenics, I'm gonna stick to like 90 minutes to a couple of hours Monday to Friday, and be easy on Saturday and Sunday. I may not train on one of the days, like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, one of those 3 days, because those are the days where I meet up with friends and stuff. So I may not train during those days, but every other day I am going to essentially train, try to get at least 5 long calisthenics sessions, and no matter what, at least one set of the main lifts. So yeah, I think I was about to get the not advanced tuck planche hold, but just a regular tuck planche hold. I held it for like less than a second, but I'm trying to get I want to get the angle right. So I'm basically training myself to get the angle right now, and yeah, I'm basically, making sure I warm up my necessary wrists. It's not in pain, thankfully, because I'm doing a lot of mobility work, and I'm not putting too much strain on myself, so I could do it on a daily basis, it looks like. And yeah, that's really the goal. I want to build the base really strong, and yeah, I'm really glad that I listened to that podcast, because it just goes to show you that you really want to do some work, some activity in order to maintain muscle, for sure. He convinced me even more. But yeah, so that's that in terms of my body and stuff. But yeah, nothing really changes in terms of the diet. It's gonna stay the same. For those that are new that are just tuning in, basically my breakfast is a cup of oatmeal, 2 eggs, a scoop of protein, a scoop of collagen. My lunch is pork loin chops, and you could replace pork loin chops with steak, whatever animal source of protein. But lately it's been pork loin chops with black beans, and yeah. And for dinner, it's pork loin chops or any source of animal protein you want, but for me lately it's been pork loin chops and potatoes, 3 potatoes, and that's my dinner. And I can sustain this literally till the end of time. I mean, I find the potato to be really satiating, along with the animal protein, like pork loin chops. And there's no need for me to make any changes now, since I'm steadily losing weight. I mean, walking to 2 hours is actually huge, because it starts me off at a huge deficit. So I was actually walking at a moderate pace yesterday. At some point I was walking apparently vigorously based on my heart rate, and I ended up burning 5,000 calories, and I ended up only eating around 2,300 calories. So that one day yesterday I burned over 2,700 calories. Keep in mind 3,500 calories is a pound, and I'm actually feeling fine today. And yesterday I actually slept more than I normally do, so that's good. I'm trying to limit the amount of water I drink towards the end of the night, because I don't want to wake up due to wanting to urinate. So I'm making the adjustments little by little bit, because at the end of the day, sleep is the number one activity, in my opinion, in order to make sure you have a good day, you know. So I'm really being aggressive and trying to see if I could get more and more sleep each and every day. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna start taking my ZMA, or zinc magnesium supplement, like an hour before I sleep. So I slept around after 10:15, like 10:15. I'm gonna start sleeping at around 9:30ish, because it takes me some time to get myself acclimated. So I might start taking the ZMAs at around 8:30. Yeah, that's what I plan on doing. That's what I intend on doing. So now I got the diet down, I got the workout done, and now the sleep has to be in order. I got like 6 hours and 30 minutes according to the app, which is not bad. Lately, so my body's getting adjusted apparently. So yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. I'm gonna go sleep more, hopefully, trying to get myself at least 8 hours, work my way up there. Apparently the older you get, the less sleep you tend to have for whatever particular reason. And so I basically want to tire myself so I could at least go to sleep. I mean, initially I used to fall asleep well, but now somehow during the cut, like 2 weeks ago, I even though I slept, once I woke up, I couldn't fall back asleep. And so I'm making some adjustments in terms of I think it was mainly due to the 40,000 walk week for 3 days in a row. That definitely does have an effect. So I'm going to kind of be easy on that activity, but making sure that I don't go above above 30,000. But towards the tail end of Memorial Day, yeah, I'm gonna be really amping it up that week, and yeah, I'm gonna see how my body looks at that by then. But yeah, I mean, I'm also kind of looking forward to getting the tuck planche hold, because if I could get that, and if I could do some push-ups in that position on like an elevated surface, I'll be able to do some push-ups in that fashion. So I'm gonna make sure that I get to that, at least hold it for 30 seconds before I move on to the advanced tuck. Yeah, but it's gonna be a journey. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely gonna be a journey of pushing myself. Yeah, what else is there? No, I mean, that's pretty much it in terms of my health. Let me tell you, if I were to, let's say, basically if I was in a situation where money wasn't an issue, I would do this. I mean, I'll still do this for life, from that, like somewhat of this version that I'm doing for the rest of my life. But, dude, I don't know. Health is everything. You know, I've seen my grandma fall apart when she was, you know, I saw my grandma to the day I was born to the day she died. Like how much she deteriorated as she aged, and it was due to lack. I saw what happened. Obviously, age is a factor, but like it was also due to the fact that she she wasn't like moving as much towards the end, and no matter what, even if I don't feel like doing it, I'm gonna have to do some activity even towards the end. They say even like a crazy statistic is usually like if really old people get a hip injury, like usually die within the year, obviously 50%, which is a lot. So and the reason why injuries are bad is because once you're in a state of injury, you're inactive during that period of time. And that was that podcast I was listening to, how inactivity is actually the main cause of, you know, people, you know, just not being able to function correctly. And the injury definitely causes that. So man, it's tough, man. You know, it's you just gotta right now I'm loving it. Like I got to the point where it feels weird if I don't walk on a daily basis right now. Walking is not only my therapy, not only for, I guess, having a healthy looking body, but it's mentally too. It's just so many things. It also, you get ideas when you walk, you know. You kind of sort things in your head much more better, as I guess the blood is flowing throughout your body. And I could clearly see walking changed my life, because it kind of, whatever you're going through in life, it doesn't matter what the situation is, it could be improved by just simply walking. And I'm actually, depending on where my life turns, I want to see how I could find a way to kind of share this. I mean, I am doing it by posting these while we walk clips, but I just basically want to find more ways to kind of branch myself and kind of relay this message, because this is an activity that pretty much anyone could do, any age. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. Obviously, as long as you're young enough to walk. But and I was also, like, because I'm in this journey of like lowering my weight, they made a lot of great points, like in different podcasts, how kids are so goddamn active, and so generally speaking, and so that's why when you're young, you just generally tend to not be as heavy. But because of life factors as you get older, you know, due to raising kids, due to having, you know, specific jobs that you do, just having a different type of lifestyle later in age, that's where most of the issues start occurring. It's not because you're just old. I mean, obviously old age has to do with it, but a lot of the factors involve not being as active as you were when you were younger, you know. And so, and that conversation, I forgot his exact name. He's like a protein researcher, but he went into a lot into activity. He did a lot of studies on lack of activity, what it does to the muscle, and protein synthesis during activity. He even said that physical activity, you know, doing like hypertrophy or like some training to gain the muscles, is better than even eating protein, you know. Obviously I'm cutting right now, so protein is, I got to take it no matter what. But just that listening to that just made me realize how crucial it is to maintain some sort of physical activity. It just really reinforced it, and it's really important to treat it like you're brushing your teeth. I mean, I brush my teeth every single day. I'm going to be working out every single day, you know what I'm saying? There's no question about it. There's just too much research to do otherwise, essentially, because I'm telling you, if you're not active, it's going to come to bite you later on. Initially, it's all about establishing a habit. Like, yeah, it's all about establishing a habit. That's all it really is. Because once the habit is established, it's going to be hard to remove that habit. Yeah, what else is there? I mean, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Just, you know, for those that aren't walking, I just really recommend start somewhere. It doesn't have to be like the 2-hour walks I do. It could even just be 5 minutes. As a matter of fact, another hack you could consider doing is if you don't track your water you're drinking, track it, right? Let's say you drink only like 64 ounces, double it. And just by doubling it, it's going to force you to go to the restroom, and you'll get your activity that way too, even without thinking about it. So that's another way to kind of hack your way into more activity, as they say. Yeah, I mean, just little by little, step by step. I think even the water and protein hack is like 2 of the greatest hacks in my opinion. This year is the first year I'm actually tracking my calories, and it's been an eye-opener for sure. It made me realize how much I normally eat on a daily basis. I mean, in the future I may not even need to track, but I like the gamification of tracking. It doesn't take too much of your time, and it's relatively easy to do. So yeah, I really recommend everyone track your calories if you know weight is one of the things that you guys want to tackle, and if you haven't never done it before. So that's even why initially I did the intermittent fasting, because I just didn't know, didn't either know how to track or just didn't feel like tracking. But for me, I have to do it for now at least. And so for those that are having issues, definitely do that. Like I said, my weight is pretty much this weight right here is still where I want to be at the maximum during winter time. But like I said, I'm trying to get this weight to until the point where I'm at under 10%. So even if I'm the same weight and I'm under 10%, then yeah, there's no reason for me to go any lower, you know. So that's the idea. I want to get so if my weight requires me to be at 180 to be 10%, then that's where I stop, or like under 10%. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode of the While We Walk.